Hey guys, so I just kind of wanted to try out some new decks I got. So basically, this is pick a deck reading, and I think since Valentine's Day is tomorrow, we'll just do a Valentine's Day reading. How they feel about you, how you feel about them. In each one of these, I'll draw like two, so you can pick a side. What energy you think you are, what energy you think they are, if it resonates at all. Um, and then I also got like that Romance Angels deck. I think it's kind of interesting. So we might get some messages from that, and I don't know if I feel like adding anything else. That's what I currently have outlined right now, but I may add something. I may not. I don't know. So anyway, first up is going to be the animal spirit. If you pick that one, so let me get a little organized, and we're just going to go ahead and get into that. The others will have will be in the timestamp will be in the description. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so for the wild unknown animal spirit, we have the sea serpent and the swan. So, gonna read from the sea serpent first. It's healing emotional wounds, expressing desires. The sea serpent represents the energy of expression, whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire. The sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively uh, and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of our self judgment and we let the wounds of cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the sea serpent is not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in the muddy waters. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our lives, and in other places, it floods. It's important to remember no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us in a gesture of protection or of protection. She supports us as we learn to express our true natures. Now, this did say she, but that doesn't mean the sea serpent has to be a she. He, she, they, whatever. The sea serpent in the second chakra. The subtle energy of the sea serpent occupies the area of the um, Swadhisthana chakra. I may be butchering that, but located in the uh, located deep within the pelvic bowl. This chakra is known as our center of creativity and desire and is associated with the water element. Swadhisthana translates as in her own abode, indicating this chakra is the home of the Divine Mother or Kundalini herself. I don't know why I can't think of the chakra's name, but it's the orange one. Like it goes root, sacral. Um, that's the other name for it. So, basically, this is a person who is either, it seems like they're very secure in themselves and what they want, what their desires are. Maybe that's sexual, maybe that's the things they do creatively, or maybe it's like they hide their art and they're just like, don't look at this, don't look at me, and don't realize the things that I want to do. It could be either way, but it seems like either way, kind of like in this, it does seem like a very loving type of person, either in either circumstance, right? Is that, yeah. Yeah, very nurturing and loving type of person would be this. And honestly, with this being a representation of the sacral chakra, this could be a person with either a high amount of creativity, maybe a high sex drive. Maybe they want to do a lot of things. Maybe they're shy about it. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're comfortable in their own skin. Maybe they're not. Um, but dealing with a lot of things like that. So let's get into the swan. I need to find that, but now the swan, there's different little things here, but the swan, are they not an air sign? They may be a water sign. Um, Yeah, I thought they'd be an air, but looking, I think the upside down triangle is water. Um, so if they're, yeah, they're water, right? Yeah, because sharks right here. So water, I forget which triangle's which sometimes. Um, so with the swan, potentially Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces don't have to be, but swan, effortless creativity, sensitive mystic, elegant power. Interesting. So both of you seem to be creative in this art, maybe, or in this, whatever. So both of you may be like artistic, potentially. Maybe that's what kind of brings you two together. I don't know why I feel like you're in a band. That just popped into my head. That may not be for everybody, but like you two could be in a band. I don't know. Maybe you just play musically together. But the swan represents heightened creativity in Hindu mythology. The goddess Saraswati, the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry. Sorry if I'm killing these names, but whatever. Uh, rides on the back of this graceful creature. The swan is ready to take us there to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken for granted or taken lightly. When the swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention. For solo time, an inner voice is waiting to be heard, an inner vision likely to be revealed. So, just thinking about that, like, this person may be a lot more introverted, may want time to themselves a lot more. And, like, just thinking about that second chakra, like, this person may be more active. Like you're both creative, but just thinking about like the sexual nature of it, they may want more of that. Um, I can't believe I just lost the word. It's a fun day today. Like the intimacy, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. The closeness, the intimacy that comes with sex, and the swan may be like, I just kind of want time alone. So I'm not saying that's an issue for all of you, but that kind of popped into my head that, you know, different sex drives can end up being a issue in some relationships. Like some people crave more intimacy and maybe not just sex, but maybe more intimacy. And the swan's like, I need more time alone, and the sea serpent's like, I want more quality time type of thing. There could be an issue with that. Um, kind of going on. So it's not necessarily just like the adult activities. It could be a thing about how much time you're spending each other. Maybe one's more clingy and the other is more independent. Um, anyway, let's go ahead and draw cards for how each other feel. So, looking at the sea serpent, how they feel about the swan, I kind of get this feeling that every time they get excited about something, it's like the swan is the first person who hears about it. Like every time they want to try something, they're like, "Hey, you want to try this with me?" You're the first person they hear if you're the swan. Like they really want to engage in like activities with the swan. Whatever activities these are, like I said, I think both of you are creative, so maybe it's like I don't know, going out on some new adventure. Maybe it's trying new things. Hey, I just saw this new thing we can try. I thought it looked interesting. What do you think? Type of energy. Whatever it is, like, um, hey, there's this painting class we can go to. Hey, there's this glass blowing thing. Hey, there's this, there's so many things to try, and I think they want to try them with you. Hey, do you want to go to a waterfall today? I don't know. You know, they just want to like go, and they want you to be with them, type of thing. They really enjoy being with you, is how it feels if you're the swan. You could be dealing with an Aries of with how this is. I think they see this as you both romantically are participating. You both want to um, be here. I do think this does look pretty positive, and like there is cooperation with this two of Pentacles, so or two of Cups, sorry, chalices in this deck, whatever. With this nine of coins, I think they realize that you do want to be independent. I think your walls are a little up right now. Maybe you want to make sure that you can pay your own bills, that whatever this is, you just want to make sure that you're okay. It's like you don't want to rely on anyone if you're the swan, and I think the sea serpent sees that, right? They're just like, I see that, like, um, they see that you have something going on about, like, if re- you have trouble relying on people basically, and you feel really good about just relying on yourself, um, and having everything you need taken care of. Very independent energy, and they see that, but I just get like this. They are very excited and passionate about this relationship, want to participate, and they see this. They just, but with this, they're still here. I mean, you're still here. I think they know, like, on an emotional level, you're both participating. So I think for now, like, this isn't an issue at all. Um, or it doesn't bother them that you just don't want to rely on them. And they're like, okay, but we can still do fun things together, right? Like, that's not a problem. I don't know if I said this already, but like, Aries energy is in here. I don't know if I've had enough coffee today yet, if I've woken up enough. But anyway, let's get cards for the swan side. How does the swan see the sea serpent? Okay, so swan, and you're the sea serpent watching this. Bear with me for a second. It's gonna be rough for a second. They're not completely over their ex. That's what this feels like. They're moving on, but they're keeping it a secret that, like, whatever happened in the past, like, I do get the feeling it's more of an ex than like if you did something to hurt them. But the swan is still like kind of bound by like the grief of losing somebody. Um, and they're still not completely over it. Like, it was a relationship that it was a strong bond, and sometimes you can feel a little addicted to those, and it's really hard to move on and get over that, but they are moving forward now. I was like, oh, like, how does the sea serpent work into this? Because they see this as you two are, yeah, you're guarded, and this is why they're guarded, but they see like you two working together. Well, here's the good news. Moving forward, they got the King of Cups and the Magician. So here, the Swan is moving. They are going after what they want and what they desire. So they're here because they like you, right? And even though they have a little bit of turmoil going on emotionally, and they may be a little guarded because of it. They're not really letting it get the best of them. Like, they're not. I don't see them being a person that's lashing out at you. I think they can separate. Okay, this was my ex. I'm dealing with this. Um, Seems like a very emotionally mature person. They may be. I think they're trying to handle it on their own, and they don't like relying on other people. But like, emotionally mature in the sense that, like, they can separate, like, okay, this is pain from here, I can see I'm triggered because of this, so how do we address the other? They're not putting anything on you because of the pain of the past, you know what I mean? They're kind of doing two things at the same time. They're healing, getting over the grief, and participating in a relationship that they want to participate in. This kind of has the, like, slow and steady moving forward. Like, they are moving forward and they want you to be with you and do things, but it may be more of a slow and steady. And I think I remember reading with the swan, they like to be a little more isolate. So maybe like the sea serpent, I think I did read that the sea serpent was more of a, like, let's go, let's do things. And the swan may be more of a, um, not today, like, you know, the sea serpent was craving more intimacy, and the swan didn't want to do as much. And I think this may be part of it. Like the swan wants it. It's just like, can we like baby step into it type of thing? Like, let's not dive into the deep end before I'm ready type of thing. Um, so like the swan just basically wants to take their time. Um, is what I'm seeing. Like they want to be here. They're taking their time moving forward. So the swan could be Capricorn. We have air signs here. We have Cancer. We have Pisces, Gemini, Virgo. Doesn't have to be any of those. Um, Heck, that could be the other side as well. The sea serpent. Doesn't have to be, just saying signs. So let's go ahead and I'll get some messages from the romance angels for you guys. Okay, so for the romance angels, we have trust and calling in your soulmate. So basically, I think you two this is a very strong connection, potentially soulmates, you know. That's kind of corny, but whatever. I the trust card just kind of reminds me of like what we've talked about so far. So for the sea serpent, it's like the swan does want to be with you. Basically, it's just like they just can't handle like they're a little shy, I guess, reserved, and like feels like the sea serpent's wanting to go boom 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 boom, let's go, and the swan's a little nervous. You know, they're still hurting a little bit. The swan is for the trust is like, okay, the sea serpent really is excited to be with you. Like, let's try to come out of your comfort zone a little bit. I'm not saying like do everything and completely just give in, but like maybe just try to have a little faith in this and get out of your comfort zone a little bit and see that they actually want to experience life with you, kind of. They want to go on these adventures with you. They're really excited to spend time with you. So with the calling in your soulmate, I just kind of the thing at the bottom says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together, and that kind of seems like a manifestation for like the way that's described seems like if you're not together. So with you two being together, I'm just kind of get the feeling like, and even with this magician, because that's a Mercury rolled card, looking at that, it's like communication is very important with you two, and I'm talking to both of you. I know I pulled the magician from the swan side, but communication that involves talking and listening, right? Understanding where the other person is and not being offended by it, because like this person's healing from the past, they're hurt by their ex. That's not, so they're a little hesitant because of that to like do all this adventure with you, and that's not because they don't want to. That's because like they're scared. Basically, they're nervous. They're anxious. So try not to take that personal. You know what I mean? It'd just be really good for you two to get on the same page, and communication's important anyway. Do I want to add anything else, or are we just going to go ahead and get into the other? Uh, I think it's good. I think that's good. Let's just go ahead and we're going to get into the, what's the next one? The Divine Animals Oracle, if you pick that one, this one. So, for person A, we have the armadillo, and this just seems like a person who is very grounded. They don't really get lost in thought. They're not really flighty. They're the type of person that does what they say they're going to do, and it's just kind of like the what was I saying? Okay, so they avoid drama in situations. They're humble. It's just a very like grounded, earthy type of person, basically. Um, Maybe kind of traditional and just like I don't think they're very futuristic or forward thinking. They kind of just deal with the here and now. You know what I mean? Which could be a good thing because they don't really let anxiety get the best of them. I don't think they really I wouldn't say they're not smart, but it just kind of from the descriptions, I really think they just like work hard and they're just present in the moment and they are not really, it's like they know it's here and they're not concerned about the future type of thing. Not like a lot of anxiety. And for some people, it can be like, do you have goals? And it's like, yeah, but like I'm working on it here, but um, it just seems like a very grounded in the now type of person. I kind of rambled there, but hopefully that makes sense. So the next person is dog. And just think about a dog and how supportive they are. They're loyal, they're playful, they just get excited to see you, like very loving. And it just kind of seems like, I don't know if you guys are on TikTok, but I just want to say like golden retriever energy. Like maybe like they tease you a little bit, but they do it to have fun with you and make you feel better. Like they see you're in a bad mood, joke around, but they can also be snuggly and cuddle you if you're in a bad mood. Just very supportive and loyal, got your back type of vibe here with the dog. Like, dogs are precious. Come on. I was about to put the book down and get into the how each other feels, but the dog, like, just thinking about them because they're pets, they can be. I'm sure if they're in the wild, they can rely on themselves, but it made me think of being a little too dependent on someone else. So potentially the dog could be someone who like puts so much energy into someone else that they just do not put any into themselves and just like depend on other people to be happy so they can be happy type of vibe. People pleaser ish kind of thing. Like, do you like me? Now rub my belly. I don't know. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's get into how each other feel. Okay, so I'm shuffling for the armadillo side, and if you're resonating with the dog, I don't want you to be offended by this because I'm trying to figure out how to say it to not be like offensive. But basically, it's just I feel like the armadillo is like independent. They can really just do their own thing. Like I was talking about how they're like really present in the moment, and I don't know if it's so much they forget about you, but like it's just like when you come around, when the dog comes around the armadillo, they're just like, oh, hey, you exist. You're really awesome. I'm really glad you're here. So they're genuinely excited that you come around, but like they're also like good without you. So that's a good thing because like they don't need you. They want you. Like I don't know if I'm the only person that likes that, but I think that's a good thing. You know? Some people want to be needed and I think it's better to be desired and wanted and not needed for everything. So first of all, we have the Knight of Cups. So with the Knight of Cups, it is moving forward and wanting this relationship. I believe they are saying good things about you and wanting you, and the energy was good. So I'm not going to go into the player energy that the Knight of Cups can have because I don't think that's it. But the Nine of Cups does present obstacles. So I'm a little curious about that. Like, what is the obstacle with the Nine of Cups? Because the horse is hesitant in the Nine of Cups. So even though they seem to be loving, caring, wanting to come towards you, what is the hesitation? Oh, that's too many cards. What is the hesitation? The Fool. Okay, so looking at the Fool, I just kind of get this energy of someone who, like, they like their feet on the ground. They like to know where they're going, and sometimes taking that leap of faith means getting your feet off the ground, jumping, and just believing that you're going to land in the water. I just see the Fool, like, diving into the water, and some people just can't do it. They're so nervous. They're like, can I just, like, crawl down the mountain? Like, why do I have to dive? I don't want to jump. Like, I just want to like crawl like down the mountain. Like, I just want to be safe with every step I take. So I don't think it's I don't think it's that the they aren't, because the Nine of Cups can be like a player. I don't think it's anything like that. I think it's just they really want to inspect everything first with every step. They really want to take baby steps. They're not very confident moving forward. Um, or they just don't want, I don't know if it's them not being very confident. They're not confident enough to just jump. They're not comfortable enough, at least, to just jump. As the armadillo side. So they just really need to be able to be like, okay, let's try this. How did I feel about this? How did you feel about this? Like, are we okay? Are we safe? Okay, let's take another step. Like, and it's not even like, these aren't even big steps. It's just like, can I call you on Friday? Like, how do you feel about that? Are these conversations going well? It's like they inspect a lot. They just want to make sure everything's good. I think the armadillo is the type of person that just needs a lot of reassurance. Basically, is how I'm going forward with this. They want to participate. They want to be here. They need a lot of reassurance. So Scorpio, Aries, and Aquarius is here. I think that's it for the armadillo side. So I was getting a message while I was shuffling, so I went ahead and just went forward with the shuffling. I usually just do the shuffling off camera. I'm used to. Do I want to do this deck for the dog? Yeah. But like, do you guys have a preference? Because like, I do the shuffling off camera for TikTok to try to fit everything in a time. So I don't know. I'm used to doing it that way. Ooh, too many cards. I don't really care, but sometimes it can take a minute. So, oops. Anyway, I think I'll pause while I get this sorted. Okay, I'm starting to get cards out, and I just want to see. So, with the Seven of Cups, Seven of Wands, um, I think Seven of Cups can talk about choices and all that, but looking at it, I just get the feeling that the dog chose the armadillo. But see, it just looks like it's such an uphill battle. And just they feel like they have to really fight to get your attention, um, to really feel like they are your number one priority, or to feel like they're your number one, or like, at least in the dating sense of the number one priority, like, are you guys committed? Are you not? And it's just like, do you like me? Do you not? Because like, they want to be with you, but it's the dog is kind of like, this feels like a really high hill to climb. Like, and if I had to guess, I get the feeling that they're not used to dealing with someone who isn't a jumper, referencing the Fool, in case like someone's like, jumper, what? Um, they're used to dealing with jumpers who are just like, yeah, I like you. Let's do all this. Let's go. Let's be exciting. And you're just like, baby steps, baby steps. You're a lot slower to process. So with the Ace of Wands, yes, they definitely have a lot of passion for you. This is just kind of new, and they're not really. I feel like they're not really sure, like, how to initiate things with you. How to, like, they have a fire burning for you, but because I think you two have different speeds you want to go at, they're just kind of like, okay, my fire is burning. Like, what do I do with it while you're over here? Just like, okay, take it slow. How did that go? Like, let's go. Like, it just really feels like there's a logical versus like, I don't know if it's emotional or just burning passion approach. Like, just lead with your heart versus lead with your brain. Like, I just want to make sure everything's okay and built sturdy first versus like, I want to experience like the things and see if I like it, and if I regret it, I regret it. Whatever type of energy. There's two different type of people here. Um, on the with the Ace of Wands, definitely a fire sign on this side. Well, there's fire energy. It doesn't have to be a fire sign, but that would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So it does kind of feel like there's conflicting energy here, which has one person feeling like, do you like me, while the other person's just trying to get comfortable. So we do have religious factors, chemistry, and soulmate out of the romance angels. So this is a strong connection, obviously. We got the soulmate card, we got chemistry. Like, you two, it's definitely sparks. There's energy here. You definitely like each other. And I kind of get the sense that the armadillo wouldn't even be taking the steps if they didn't like you. Like, they would just stay on top of the cliff. You know what I mean? Waiting for an opportunity that looks good enough for them to try to actually climb down the cliff, because it's a cliff. Why am I jumping? Like, why? You guys are crazy for even jumping. Like, I'm scared to even like look down and even start stepping type of vibe. Now, religious factors is here. Now, is this actually like a religious thing? I think it may be like a belief system thing, in the sense that like the speed is what's kind of conflicting here. Could it be an actual religious spirituality thing that is influencing that? Maybe. But I do feel like the religious factors is kind of what's making this butt heads. Um, the religious factors card. But I think I really get the sense that it's the speed. Now, is the speed influenced by religious factors? I don't know, maybe. Um, General reading. So for some of you, maybe you take it really slow because of your religion. Um, for other of you, maybe it's just because like that's where you are. Maybe for whatever reason, from experiences, that's where you learn to. That's how fast you learn to go. Maybe that's just where you are for whatever reason. But that's kind of where I feel like the biggest conflict here is, one person is like, let's move, and the other person's like, hold my hand while like we take one step at a time. Like, can we just, it's like you're both committed, but like there's one person's pressure. It feels like one side wants more, so it's like putting pressure on the other, while the other side's like just a little scared. They're committed, but like scared to move forward, nervous. And, or this is just like I have to inspect everything first. Like, we have to take it slow. Either way, for whatever reason. So if you guys can work on that and just enjoy, maybe just try to enjoy the moment like the armadillo does, dog, and just see that they do want to be with you. Armadillo, maybe reassure the dog that you do want to be with them. Try to come into that understanding. This could be a good relationship, but I do see that being a source of friction for you guys. Anyway, hopefully that helps. It seems like something like that may end up putting some strain on a relationship. So I do hope that the people who need to hear this. Thank you guys for watching. So we're going to go ahead and get on to the third deck. So we have the Antelope Spirit. I'm going to hit this one first, but the Antelope Spirit is all about life is speeding up, and it seems like this person is someone who really steps up. They are all about like, let's go, let's go, let's go. They could be a little impatient, but I think they're the initiator in the relationship. They're whoever this is. They're really about leveling up and getting better, I think. So they may be a little pushy. Like, I kind of get that reading that. Like, if you're not on their level, like, if you're not ready to go at their speed, it may feel like a little much. Um, because they're just like, no, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You know what I mean? So the other card was the Pig Spirit. Let me find that real quick. It says use your mind wisely, but let me see what the book says. So the pig spirit is all about reminding you about how intelligent you are. And I feel like I I got an armadillo spirit earlier that was talking about setting healthy boundaries, and I thought of that while I was reading this, and I put it back in the deck because the previous set had an armadillo, and I'm like, I don't want to do two armadillos in a row, but it's kind of making me think that, like, okay, we'll give you pig spirit instead, and that this could be like a similar case here. The pig spirit, I don't know if for some of you, the antelope spirit may be like a gaslighter, maybe a little too much pressure, and you may just need to set those healthy boundaries and just be like, hey, listen, you cross these, we're done. you know? Um, because, you don't need to deal with someone who's constantly crossing your boundaries, making you feel uncomfortable, because it does feel like just the way this was worded, talking about a reminder that you are intelligent. Maybe there's someone who likes to gaslight you and just be like, "Hey, no, that's not how that happened. No, you're saying that wrong. No, you're thinking wrong. No, like my way is the best. Like you're stupid." Type of energy. That may not be for everybody. This may just be the antelope spirit may just be pressuring the pig spirit to um, move at a pace that they're not ready to move at. And this is just a reminder that you have your own thoughts, you have your own feelings, and just thinking about that armadillo, like, yes, keep those boundaries up. And if you're not comfortable, you don't have to give in. Um, let's see hopefully, how each other feels is at least a little better. Um, the antelope may just be a little excited and not really aware. Like that's not the best, but that's better than like being aware and being an asshole, I guess. I don't know. Either way is kind of, but maybe we can get messages for the antelope spirit to help because maybe you're just not aware. Maybe you're just not aware, and you're not trying to hurt the pig. I feel bad saying that you're the pig, but that's just your card. Okay, so the antelope spirit lives in their head. They have a lot of sword cards going on here. They could be an air sign. Don't have to be, though. But with the Six of Cups being the only card going into the Two of Swords, Eight of Swords, and we have the Page of Swords, I don't think they're really talking about this. Keeping it a little bit of a secret. But, and, honestly, with the Eight of Swords, they may not even really see it themselves. Right? It may be a secret from them with that blindfold being on them. But I think something from the past is really affecting how they act now. Now, I get that it could be a couple of things. I feel like part of the reason why they act so fast, they feel like they have to act quickly, is because they've had things in the past that they treasure that, like, if you didn't give them attention, you lose them type of vibe. Kind of toxic, but like instead of learning that they kind of learned that they had to keep giving energy and wear themselves out to keep people they liked instead of like having like more esteem and being like that's on them, you know what I mean. So it's just kind of like could be that it could just be like it was normal growing up for them that someone was just like, hey, I'm going to get you out of your shell. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And now they're doing it to other people in their life. So I don't think they mean to be like that pressure and that person that tries to get you out. I think they're trying to show you a good time. And I just don't think they're really aware of. I just don't think they're really aware of what they're doing. Which antelope, if you're resonating with the antelope, I would encourage you to listen and not pressure people into doing things so much. Listen to how they feel about it and not just try to make them have a good time because you think they will. You know what I mean? Or because you're like try to hang out with them because you're scared if you leave them alone. they're gonna leave you type of energy. There's some things to work through here. There's some anxieties here. There's some sadness here to work through. You know, I feel like there's another card to pull, so I think I'm gonna get another card. I'm not the best shuffler, as you can see. I'll go ahead and pause while I get that. There's so much celebration in this. I think they're really happy to be here, but they're also paranoid. Like the Queen of Cups, yeah, it's normally like, whatever. I just see like constantly checking the cup when I see this after like the Six of Wands and the Three of Cups. It's the energy of the reading here. I think, especially with all these swords earlier, I think they're constantly checking the cups. Is it still good? Is it still good? They may be the person who asks like, "Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me?" Type of thing. Um, I think just looking at this, I think the antelope spirit needs to enjoy the moments. Enjoy the moments and just like basically enjoy the moments and remember those moments whenever you're feeling anxious, because I think your anxious thoughts are really like taking too much control of you, like of your emotional state. If you really dive into your emotional state and see what's happening, I think your anxious thoughts are getting the best of you. And I think that is making you be like that person that's just like, are you mad at me? Like, or saying sorry too much, or just really worrying about another person, even though you can see that there's a good time. It's like you're worried it's fake. Yeah, with the King of Cups, it's definitely advised to try to get the best of your emotions. I know that's so much easier said than done. Maybe go to therapy, meditate, try some grounding techniques, do some things to try to help you be in control of that emotional state and not letting the anxiety get the best of you, not lashing out, not doing so much of that. And I would also say, like, pig spirit, maybe be understanding that this person may be a work in progress, and may just need a little reassurance and help seeing that you still enjoy them. And antelope, I would say try not asking so much, because I really feel like you're asking a lot. Try understanding that, like, they'll give you an update. If not, I feel like that may have been said. Like, that just slipped right out of my mouth. Like, the pig spirit's like, I'll tell you if I don't like you, okay? Like, so I feel like the antelope needs to hear this now. So, pig spirit, how you feel about the antelope? Yeah, I'm still getting cards, but first card we got Two of Cups. They're here. They want to be here. They're enjoying this relationship with you, Antelope Spirit. I know that anxiety can be a bitch, and I know the anxious thoughts can really kill you. And with that Six of Cups, I'm guessing you've gone through some sort of trauma that's really affecting you, and that needs to be worked through. And we all have that. I understand, like I do, and it's not easy to work through those things. I don't think you're a bad person for having that. I'm just saying, like, they like you. They they do. They're here. They want to be here. Pig Spirit wants to be here. It's interesting getting the cards out. I think the Pig Spirit is just like a step ahead of you, like healing wise. And I'm not trying to put you down. I'm not trying to make it a competition, because we all heal at our own pace, right? I just think they're really understanding, because they understand. Like, I think they can see it in you. Like, yeah, you need the reassurance. Um, and they're really passionate about you. They understand that, this is not gonna like get up and running. Like, it's going to take time. This is going to be very steady. This is going to, um, what am I trying to say? This is going to be like a very steady work type of thing. Like, you're going to have to plant the seeds, water them, wait for them to grow, and then harvest them. there's going to be work, but like all relationships kind of are, and I think they just kind of see this as worth it, and they just want to continue I think they just want to have the openness and this connection with you. Like I think right now they kind of see through you and they're clear, so that's why they're here. But I do get this whole like they wish you would be open with it type of vibe. If you're the antelope, like they can see that you're bothered. They can see that you need the reassuring. I think they just wish you were a little more forthcoming about it and just owned it. You know, I think that's what I'm getting here. Like they don't mind. They don't mind because they. I think this feels like they've been there, so they get it. And with that Ace of Wands, like, this is like fire sign energy, but I kind of get that fire sign culture thing. Like, this person could be a healer, but they kind of get that like fire sign culture, like they like to hype people up type of thing. Now that they're good, like I don't know if you guys noticed, but like when a fire sign's not good, like they can tear people down. But when a fire sign is good, like they're the best hype men. Like other signs are pretty good, but it's just like if you ever been hyped by an Aries or Leo, like it's pretty fantastic. So this person could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's also air signs here, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So we have those. Did I say the signs on the other side? There's air signs on this side too. Pisces and Cancer. Yeah. So again, I think they just really want an honest relationship. They kind of see through you, and I just kind of get the feeling they want you to be open with it. Like they want you to come out and say it, and they're cool with like being your hype man type of vibe here. So anyway, let's get romance oracle thing. So we have it is safe to love, attraction, and flirt from the romance angels. I don't know if I've been showing the cards this whole time. In case you're interested in seeing, this is from the pig spirit side. So we got all these. In case you're interested in seeing, here's the antelope spirit side. Yeah. I don't know how clear you can see on the table. It doesn't look like it's the best view. But basically what I'm seeing is like you're both attracted to each other, right? There is mutual attraction here. It is a safe place for you to engage in this relationship. You can take that step back too if you need to. You don't have to put so much pressure on yourself to achieve or to satisfy the other person. Just enjoy being in the relationship. Have fun. Be a little more lighthearted with the flirt energy. Like, have a good time with this person. I think that should be more of the focus than worrying, like, are they going to dump me? I don't know. Are they? Because I think you both want to be with each other. So try to enjoy each other's presence, and build that relationship that you both want. You're both very attracted to each other. And like I said, it is safe for you to love here. So I know it's so easy for me to say, and like on the antelope side, you got some things to work through. We all do though. It just seems like you got lucky. If this is resonating on both sides, it seems like you got lucky and you have an understanding partner. Just don't overstep that. You know what I mean? Anyways, hopefully that helped and you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great Valentine's Day.